byproduct of oats. This is like a corn husk. It's the byproduct of oats, barley, or wheat. So if you look at hay, you look at it closely, somebody, and I have no idea who it was, fed donkey and Lego straw. There was a bale of straw sitting out there that was gone, and I think that's why we had all that yellow stuff. So I have no idea who did it, but so everybody knows. If you look at straw, it looks hollow, because it is. Straw is, people use straw for bedding because the warm air gets trapped inside the little hollow pieces and it creates warmth. So obviously, I'm just gonna bring her over here.
Yeah. If you use it as bedding with a horse snack on it,
some horses do.
okay, so
You know, some horses will eat anything
Nice.
that doesn't eat them first. So, you know, some horses do. A lot of people, straw is, that's nice. Straw is
Show
used a
stealer.
lot, like when mares foal, because you don't want to get the sawdust down in their lungs. So that's mainly what it's used for now, because it doesn't keep horses and animals as warm. Like it'll keep the pig warm because horses will go in and mat it down immediately, and it really loses its warmth properties. Whereas the pig will root underneath it, and it'll keep her warm by being over top. So if you look at the hay, it's all flat and it looks like grass. And if you look at this, you can see that it's actually tubes, even though they're really small tubes. So that's the difference between straw and hay.
so do you have a lot of straw here or not really?
Well, we didn't, but now that we have the pig, we're gonna have straw to keep her warm.
But you'll be in one local area
Oh,
only?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it separated, but just, I mean, it's always good information. People always ask me, even non-horse people ask me what the difference between hay and straw is. So a lot of people, it's just more of a curiosity thing. So I've also had a request for an anatomy lesson. So I brought the yellow horse out because I can draw it. So obviously,
No, ma'am.
everybody's not gonna remember everything. I guess my hope is that there's enough of us now that if one person doesn't remember something, another person will, and so everybody can kind of help each other as far as this. You know, you'll all have a little bit of knowledge, and then everybody can kind of help each other with questions. Obviously, the obvious: the ears, the eyes. Horse's poll is right here. That's where their spine joins up with their skull, and it does join. It does have a joint that moves back and forth. When you have a horse that what they call break at the pole, that means that they have the ability to flex down and flex that rather than go against the bit. Their spinal cord, you would think it runs through here. Their spinal cord is right about here. Their spinal cord comes down through here, and it runs right about through there and comes kind of back up some here somewhere.
Is that all just muscle above
This
it
is
then?
all muscle.
Wow.
Might be a little higher, might be here, but it's not up here. It's not anywhere up here.
That's why a horse skeleton
middle.
looks so funny.
Huh?
That's why a horse skeleton looks
Yes,
so funny.
because it's way,
yeah, it
it's
looks like a
not
giraffe.
anywhere near you think it is. These are their withers or their shoulder blades. We always call them withers. This is, some other things are pretty obvious. His shoulder, this is his forearm, his elbow, knee. This is a cannon bone. This bone right here is called a cannon bone. A lot of racehorses fracture this area, or this area. This is a pastern right here. This whole joint right here is a pastern joint. This is the area right above the hoof is called the coronary band, and obviously the hoof. The hoof is like a fingernail. It has living tissue inside, but not living, but obviously dead tissue outside.
What's the thing that's in the inside of their legs? The like toe thing?
Yeah, those are called chestnuts, and believe it or not, through evolution, that used to be a toe. This was a toe, and this was a toe. Horses used to be a little tiny creature that was about this tall called Eohippus that had 5 toes in the front and 4 in the back, or it could be opposite. That's how they started, and then they went to Meziohippus and on up into the modern horse. But yeah, that's actually an old toe. That's why you can peel that off, because it's just like a fingernail. But it's called a chestnut. This is their barrel. This a lot of people call the heart girth. This is like where your girth and stuff goes. That's what that's called. This area, this area right here, this is the stifle.
There's a female here.
There are a few people here yesterday. We talked about loose stifles. Bodie has loose stifles. Loose stifles occur in a lot of old thoroughbreds, horses that aren't really fit. This is a big problem with jumping horses when a stifle goes bad. It's a joint. It's like a big. It's one of their biggest joints. This is their croup. This is a hock. Another cannon bone. Same thing. Fetlock, coronary band. Back here is your suspensory tendon. A lot of if you look at Bodie again, I'm sorry, taking more time. If you look at Bodie again, Bodie was a racehorse for a really long time, and then he was what we call a modified jumper, which a modified jumper is, they're the jumpers that jump the big jumps. And that suspensory tendon is usually the first thing to go, and if you look at him really closely, you'll see that he looks down, he looks kind of funny. That's because this tendon has stretched a lot from impact over and over and over and over again. That's what but obviously Colby's never worked that hard. So you got this is your forearm, this is your stifle. A lot of people remember that.
It's like having your own little chalkboard.
Huh?
It's like having your own little chalkboard.
Yeah. He's drawing as much as I was going. This is the point of the hip. See, he's sore. He's sore from being chiropractic yesterday. I have a chiropractor that comes out and looks at my horses, all my broken horses. She's absolutely phenomenal. What we thought were behavioral issues in this horse, we determined were actually severe pain issues. And in 80% of 80 to 90% of your behavioral issues in a horse, they will it starts out as a pain issue. If you ever have a horse that is doing something weird and you don't know why, or they suddenly have behavioral issues, it is almost always a pain issue. And so a lot of people, of course, that are uneducated, they put tie downs on their horses, they put bigger bits on their horses, they beat their horses into submission, when really what they're trying to tell you is they're trying to tell you that there's